Hey, friends. Good morning. How are you today? I hope you find this to be a good day for you. Well, here we are again. Um, it's Monday. It's Monday. Last week was a busy week for me. I went to a women's conference in Tulsa called Extraordinary Women and had a great time. The speakers were wonderful. Let's see, Shonda Pierce was there. She was amazing. Lisa Turkhurst, Bob Goff, um, Julie Clinton, who is the leader of Extraordinary Women. Uh, there were so many. They were so good. Had a great time. Myself and another friend went, and we just really did enjoy ourselves. So we did that. Um, then we had church yesterday, had a special speaker there, Joe McGee, amazing, so good. Then we went out to lunch with some friends. Let's see, what else happened last week? It just seemed like last week went by fast. And as I look at my calendar this week, I see we're in for a busy week again. But we are here ready for another week of what's for supper. I've got to look at my menu and see what all I've got planned for that. But for tonight, we're going to do barbecue chicken. I'm doing this in the crock pot. It is such an easy supper. I am going to also, for my side, have rice. I might put together a salad. I don't know. I'll see what I've got in the refrigerator. Mondays, I clean house. And so I don't like to do anything on Mondays but stay at home and clean house. I've already had 2 appointments this morning. I've gone on my walk. And it's already been a busy morning, and we are after 11 o'clock, and I'm just getting started with my day. I say get started with my day. I started a long time ago, but doing things around the house. I've got my laundry going, and it's just time for me to concentrate on my house. But I've got to get this supper going. And so it's a quick, easy meal for supper. This is one of those things that you can put on before you go to work. Or if you happen to come home at noon, you can put it in your crock pot and cook it on high. For Michael and I, we just need 2 chicken breasts. So depending on your size of family, you're going to have to adjust this recipe for your family. So the first thing I'm going to do is put 2 chicken breasts in my little crock pot. This is my little crock pot that I use just for Michael and I, that it's just a perfect size. And then I'm just going to mix up the sauce for this. I had a doctor's appointment. I get hormones every 3 months. So that was on today's schedule. That was important. Had to get the tires rotated on our vehicle. Last Wednesday night when we were coming home from church, we didn't have Connect Group here in our house because we had a special guest at church. On our way home, we had a flat tire and it ruined the tire. So we had to get that changed before I could leave for Tulsa. And it was just a lot that happened last week. So, but I'm glad we're starting a new week, but I've got several things on my calendar to get going. I have, let's see here. This is about a cup of barbecue sauce that I've put in a little mixer. I'm going to grab a measuring cup. And this is 1/4 of a cup of that I'm using, but I'm going to only fill this about half full. I don't need a full cup of brown sugar. And then with that same measuring cup, I'm going to use an eighth of a cup, just half of this 1/4 cup of vinegar. Now, when I'm cooking with vinegar, I like to use this red wine vinegar. I don't know. My mother always used it. It's bold and fruity, just like it says on there. And I just like the way that it adds the flavor whenever I'm using this to cook. So I've got about a cup of barbecue sauce, an eighth of a cup of brown sugar, and an eighth of a cup of this red wine vinegar. Again, like I said, you've got to adjust this to how many you're going to be making for your size of family. And this is just going to cook in the crock pot. I'm going to put it on low, and it will just cook in the crock pot all day. To this, I'm going to add about a teaspoon, maybe a little less, half a teaspoon of garlic powder. And then about a half teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Now, I don't want this real hot because I just am not one that likes real spicy food, but I do like to have a little bit of a zing sometimes. So if that's what you want to call it. So I've just mixed all of those together. Y'all, this is so easy, so easy. And it's going to really be good. I'm going to serve this with rice and the salad, possibly a salad, like I said. Now I'm just pouring that over that chicken in this crock pot. And y'all, that's it. That is it. How easy can it get? So I'm going to plug this in, and then we will come back this evening and finish off the rest of our meal for what's for supper. So my chicken breasts are done, and I want them to have that little kind of a crust on the outside of it. I am also baking some bread. And so I'm going to have my oven on. So I'm going to stick those in the oven for just a little bit to give them that glaze and kind of that crust on the outside of it. And spread just a little bit more of this sauce on there and get it the consistency that I want. So I'll be putting those in the oven and doing that now. So I've decided for the side, I said I was going to do rice. What I'm going to do is something that some of you may not approve of, but this is what I do. It's yummy. We like it. And so, as I say on many of my videos, you do you. We like the Knorr's chicken and broccoli. I have shared that I don't do a lot of processed foods, and I don't. You see that on my videos. I don't do much processed foods, but this is one that I do like. And so every once in a while I will have this. But this is just Knorr's chicken and broccoli. But what I do is I add more broccoli to it. And it just makes it more filling. And it's just an easy side dish. So there you go. You do you. You may like it. You may not. So that's okay if you don't want to do this. Do a different side. This is such an easy dish. We love the flavors that is in the Knorr's rice. And it's easy to make. So that is just going to simmer for a little bit. Doesn't take long to make it. And boom, we'll have our supper. Okay, I put our chicken breast in the oven for just a few minutes to kind of get a glaze on there, and I'm ready to scoop up my food. We're just doing chicken breast and chicken and rice with our broccoli and rice. So we've got a super easy filling meal. And if your family doesn't like broccoli, well, don't add the extra broccoli in there, but we like broccoli, so it gives you kind of your third. I like to have threes on my plate. Okay. And I've got some homemade bread that I'll add with that. and we'll be good to go. So I appreciate you all joining me this evening for It's a Itsy Thing and What's for Supper. Hopefully you'll try this really easy meal because there is just nothing to it. So have a great evening, and remember, enjoy your meal. See you next time.